I'm doing some baking for the upcoming week, and I'm about to make 2 loaves of egg bread. I'm saying egg bread because I'm gonna use the whole egg powder. I still start with egg whites, but I'm gonna do some whole egg powder bread. Anyways, I'm making 2 loaves for our upcoming week, and I thought I'd take the opportunity to experiment a little bit with some ideas that I've seen floating around. Some people swear by these additions to the egg bread to say that it makes it taste incredible. So I'm gonna do 2 kinds of yeast. I'm gonna do 1 loaf with active dry yeast, just the same kind that you would use in regular bread. And it doesn't give the bread a rise or anything like that. It's just there to give it like a yeasty taste, so it tastes a little bit more like the bread that we're used to. And then in the other loaf, I'm gonna do some nutritional yeast, and that has a little bit of a cheesy, savory flavor, and people have said that adding that makes the bread taste really good and gives it really good flavor. So I did hear about the nutritional yeast addition a while back, but I heard someone say to put in 3 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, and I tried that, and it was terrible. I did not like it at all, and I normally like the taste of nutritional yeast, so I don't think it's just that I don't like nutritional yeast. I think it was just too much for me. Some people apparently really like it that way. I did not like the flavor of it at all. But what I've seen more common now is that people just add like a teaspoon of nutritional yeast, and they say that that gives it enough flavor. So I'm gonna do 1 loaf with a teaspoon of nutritional yeast added, and another loaf with a teaspoon of active dry yeast added, and I'm do a taste test, see if they're good, see if they're better than the original, and between the 2, which one I like better. I am going to add the yeasts at the end when I mix in the egg powder. I decided just to be on the safe side, I'd do it that way. So here's my active dry yeast. It's just from a Costco pack that I bought a really long time ago because it lasts me forever. And then here's the nutritional yeast that I use. I like to use the non-fortified because the fortified nutritional yeast has synthetic vitamins in there, and I prefer not to get synthetic vitamins if I can avoid it. I have my 2 bowls here with the 1.5 cup or 12 egg whites each, and I'm gonna do my best to get the batter whipped up on both of them pretty quickly so that I can cook them both at the same time. So if you hear any loud banging, my husband is working down in the basement. I also have the dishwasher running, so I apologize if the sound is off. I'm doing all of the regular ingredients from the original recipe: 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of cream of tartar in each bowl, and 1/4 cup of allulose in each bowl. So because I don't want to have to wash my mixer between bowls, I am going to just whip up the egg whites with the mixer, and then I will mix in the whole egg powder with a different handheld whisk so that I can just throw this next bowl on as soon as this one is done. Preheating the oven to 325 degrees. All right, this one is done. So I'm gonna try to get it out of here and switch to the other bowl real fast. Ooh, don't do that. Adding in 80 grams of the whole egg powder. And 1 teaspoon of active dry yeast. since I don't have to worry about using this again, I'm just gonna mix this one in here. Plus 1 teaspoon of nutritional yeast. So if you haven't seen me use the whole egg powder before, don't worry that the batter is deflating. It actually turned out to be a good thing when I experimented with it before. And the texture of the bread comes out really nice. Spraying with avocado oil. All right, into the oven these go. So the nutritional yeast is on the right, and the regular active dry yeast is on the left. And cook time, if it's the same as when I did whole egg powder before, is 45 minutes. I didn't get a chance to taste these yesterday on camera, so I have them labeled. I'm gonna get them sliced up and give a quick taste test. Okay, so this one is the yeast, the active dry yeast bread. This is the nutritional yeast bread, and I just gave a big sniff to both of them, and I honestly can smell no difference whatsoever. So let me taste the active dry yeast one first. I don't really taste yeast at all. I can't smell it, I can't taste it. I put a teaspoon. Maybe that's not enough, but I've seen people say they put a half a teaspoon or a teaspoon. Let me know if you guys do the yeast. Do you do more than a teaspoon per loaf? Because I really don't think I taste it at all. Okay, now for the nutritional yeast bread. Taste in this one. I'm struggling to taste anything on this one either. They both taste good, but they just taste like the regular egg bread. I really am not getting any flavor at all. Let me taste them just back to back here. So no huge revelations from this experiment, I guess. If you gave this to me and told me it was just the regular whole egg powder bread, I would believe you. I don't taste yeast. I don't taste nutritional yeast. I definitely know that when I added 3 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, I could taste it, and I didn't like it at all. But with just the 1 teaspoon, I can't even taste it. So if you add any of these additions, let me know if you do a different amount. I felt like a teaspoon of each was about the average that I've been hearing from people, but if you use a different amount, let me know. And it's a great thing that we really love the whole egg powder bread, because this just tastes like whole egg powder bread to us, so it will definitely get used. Thanks so much for coming along on this egg bread experiment. I hope you guys are all doing great, and I will see you again in another video.